All right, so healthy literacy for this stage and the derivational stage. So, like we said in the beginning of the PowerPoint, students in this stage tend to be upper elementary, middle school, and high school, with like an average we're seeing in like middle and high school. So, in this stage, like students would benefit greatly from doing several activities that would help them continue their development of reading and writing. So, it's also important to note that reading is going to be like really crucial in this stage because kids aren't being tripped up by words that they hear every day, that they read every day. In this stage is when students need to be exposed to more complex words, right? So those complex and complicated words that they need to be exposed to, you're not going to hear those in everyday conversation. So those type of words are you're only going to see those in reading, right? So it's important for them to be reading more sophisticated level text for them to be exposed to that. Because now in this stage, they have the necessary tools and strategies, right? So I know all about the suffixes, the affixes, the prefixes. I know how to take, like the multisyllabic words and group them how they should be grouped. I know the Greek and Latin meanings for these. So I have those strategies and now I can use that when I have more complex words and I need to figure it out, right? So it's important for them to be exposed to those levels of reading so they can constantly get better and better. So in this stage, it's important for them to be doing several activities that are going to help those promote those strategies and help them identify those words, right? So just three activities that I saw from the text that I thought were interesting that what might help. So the first one is the one that's going to help literacy or studying cognance, right? Sorry, I almost messed that up. So this activity is especially helpful if you have English language learners in the classroom. So this is when words in different languages share similar structures and similar meanings because they have similar origins. So that's really going to be especially helpful for them because when they see in their home language, like, hey, we have this word, and it's kind of similar to this word in English, it's like now they're making connections, and now it's going to be easier for them to identify those words, understand the meaning, and be able to spell them. So that's a really big one that I think is very interesting and I think would be very beneficial in the classroom. So a second one is like the 4-point graphic organizers, right? So you put the word in the circle, in like the circle of the graphic organizer. And so you're going to be studying the etymology and the meaning of the word. So you have the word in the circle. So you have the origin of the word, you have the meaning of the word, and then in another square you have like words that are associated with that word. So, like synonyms for that word. And then in the other square, you might put antonyms or something like that. So that one's really important when they have those complex words, right? Like, hey, here are some words that have the same meaning. So now I have that connection in my mind. And the third one is a really, really big one that I feel like we don't use a lot now because we have like cell phones, we have technology right at our fingertips, right? But this one is simply having students use dictionaries. So I know a lot of kids don't even know what dictionaries are, but they are like very crucial, I feel like, in this stage because now you're using more complex words and being exposed to them. So now you might not know what that word means. And so even if you have those necessary strategies to help you identify the word and you're still becoming tripped up, instead of, the student simply being like, okay, I don't know what this word means, I'm just going to keep going. Like they might be able to use context clues, but if they're not, like it's a way for us to teach them like, hey, let's stop, think about it, right? So the dictionary is a very vital point because, we can help teach the students like the dictionary has like a lot of different features that are going to be helpful for you, right? So you have the pronunciation of the word in the dictionary. So you come across this word, it's kind of complex, kind of complicated. You might not know what it means, but here in the dictionary, it gives you like, how each syllable is supposed to sound. So, hey, now we know how to pronounce it. It also has the definition of the word, which is a big thing. Like, now I know what it means, so now it gives it more context in that sentence. Now I know what this means. The dictionary also has like a sample sentence in there, like how, if I wanted to use this and add it to my vocabulary, how could I use this in a sample sentence? It's right there in the dictionary. And it also gives us the part of speech. So I just think this is a big one because students, you're going to constantly come across words that you don't know while you're reading. And we want to give them, yeah, we gave them words to help, we gave them strategies to help them identify. But just in case those strategies aren't still helping them for certain words, now I'm giving you the necessary resource to help further your reading and your spelling and your vocabulary development in this stage, right? So now that you have this dictionary, you have all these different strategies. And now I'm going to see like your writing, your reading be elevated. And that's what we're constantly striving for students to elevate and grow. So that is all I have.